よかったっすね。
気を抜くなよ。
はい、もちろんっす。敵。
Yo, it's your man MAS, back with another one, alright? We still talking Sakamoto Days, alright? The best anime out right now. Yeah, I said it. Somebody had to say it, I said it, alright? But no, in all honesty, Sakamoto Days is fire. But I mean, you see in the title, if you're a hardcore anime watcher, or maybe, let me even do it like this. For those of you who aren't really familiar with anime, right? There was an anime once called Rurouni Kenshin. Yes, I know. There are some people out there who've never seen Rurouni Kenshin, alright? So, to kind of quickly summarize, before we make the comparison of Sakamoto Days, for my new heads, and then Rurouni Kenshin, and the close comparison between the two. Yes, close comparison. That's what we're talking about. But Rurouni Kenshin, essentially, a samurai gone assassin. So, he used to be an assassin, but Tosai the manslayer, if you know, you know. And he swore off his ways. And now he goes about helping people with a reverse blade sword. That is Rurouni Kenshin in a nutshell. I literally summarized entire seasons in a matter of minutes for you. Alright? Rurouni Kenshin is fire. That was during, in my opinion, the heyday of amazing animes. Was Rurouni Kenshin ever like the top tier, top 5 anime? No. Like, we could be honest with ourselves, no. So people talk about Rurouni Kenshin, but they don't view it as the high regards as they do like a Fullmetal the Alchemist or a Cowboy Bebop. But Rurouni Kenshin is a damn great anime. If you've never seen it, I encourage you to watch it. I believe they remade it on Crunchyroll, like for 2025 or 2024. So, same story, new gen graphics. Amazing anime. But essentially a retired assassin gone realistic personality. He's trying to live as a regular person, and he doesn't kill anybody. He saves people, but he's still just as nice. Do not play with that boy. That is Sakamoto Days. That is essentially Sakamoto. I literally just made the comparison. That is Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days is, Sakamoto, aka Kenshin, was the nicest dude, the baddest man on earth, as an assassin, just with guns. But now, he's a husband. He's a lovable guy. Kenshin never got that far. I mean, he had a love interest. I don't think he took her serious, but yes, that is, until later in the season, but I'm not going to spoil that for you. Watch it for yourself. But that is Sakamoto Days. There are really tight comparisons. I view Sakamoto Days as the Rurouni Kenshin of this generation, right? Just like I view Dan to Dan like the Yu Hakusho generation. I'm dropping a lot of anime gems. So all of these titles are amazing. So you hear Dan to Dan, you hear Sakamoto Days. That should just tell you how great these shows are, right? But yes, Sakamoto Days, Sakamoto is the nicest person. The thing that I like about Sakamoto Days compared to Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin, is like, I feel like it's more modern, but also more realistic. Like, they actually show the husband side of it. Like, he gains weight. His kids love him. All the other nice jogging that goes with it. I feel like anime doesn't really do that so much, whereas like everybody's skinny. Like, honestly, you're either super muscular, super skinny, or super fast. It's usually super of something. You have a super chest, or you have no chest. It's usually one of the extremes, right? But with Sakamoto Days, I feel like it's very rare to see a main character that's a heavy-set guy. That's one, and he's still nice with it. So nice that he could be fighting somebody and lose weight mid-fight to his slim perfection state. Sakamoto Days is that funny, but also that realistic, right? And people now have a hit out on Sakamoto, right? But the thing that makes him so unique, just like Kenshin, is that not only did he swear not to kill people, but he develops a crew around them that becomes just as nice. Again, I'm not gonna say too many tidbits from Rurouni Kenshin if you ever do decide to watch it for yourself, but there's a lot of comparisons with Rurouni Kenshin and the characters that Kenshin kind of builds up, and Sakamoto Days and the characters that he built up. Going from Shin to the sniper guy, like like the Chinese girl. I'm forgetting their names, but they're all like relative. The thing I like about the show is that they make all those characters relatives, relative. And yeah, Sakamoto is like the nicest dude, but he's overpowered in the sense of like he really uplifts the other characters. Dragon Ball Z was kind of like that to a point. I know I go on a lot of rants, bear with me. But then after a while, it kind of just turned into Goku uplifting everybody, and Vegeta just happened to be there. I said it. Goku pretty much was the show, like Dragon Ball Super and onwards, and Vegeta just happened to be there, trying to compete, but not quite there. Somebody had to say it. I had to say it. But Sakamoto Days isn't like that. Right? He's not like Goku. Right? He uplifts the other characters. In a lot of scenarios, like with Shin, you know, he wasn't able to do anything, but he was able to assist Shin fight all certain assassins. So the thing about Sakamoto Days, in terms of like the main character, he throws a lot of alley-oops, and that's what Kenshin did a lot of the times. The only difference I would say is like Kenshin did finish off a lot of people on his own, but there were a lot of situations where Kenshin wasn't there, but the other characters that were there, the supporting characters, were taught and influenced enough by Kenshin that they're able to support themselves, and that's what made the show really, really good. All right. Another really dope comparison is, I guess, the groups. Right. So with Sakamoto Days is the Order. With Kenshin, I forgot the name of it. Like he was part of an assassination group. All these characters are usually part of a group, right? But you know, he wanted to leave despite killing 1,000 men, hundreds of men. Sakamoto probably killed thousands of people. Apparently you can reform, all right? So if they can do it, you know, we call it the promiscuous people, they can be reformed too, all right? I'm a virgin. That could be a thing, all right? If you can kill a bunch of people and be given a clean slate, so should those people, all right? So yes, you could be a virgin again. That can be a thing, all right? Reformed people, all right? I don't think it really works like that in the real world, but it's anime. There's only so much they can be realistic about. But again, these illustrious groups, the thing about Sakamoto Days is more modern day. So the Order, and I think the other group that's also trying to come after him, like more organized, everybody has like a different ability. It's the same thing with Rurouni Kenshin. The thing about the shows that the key comparison is really just the pacing, all right? Again, with Sakamoto Days, there's a whole manga out there. Didn't read it. This is strictly the anime, all right? If you watch my channel, you know we don't read over here. Why did you click the video? We don't read over here. Strictly anime, all right? First impression reviews off the dome, all right? That's what we do here. We don't do the other stuff. So strictly the anime, a lot of comparisons, right, in regards to the pacing of the show. Like Rurouni Kenshin, it kind of starts off a little bit slow, and I don't even call it slow. Like if you're somebody that's used to like a solo leveling kind of pace, then you could view that as slow. But I feel like Rurouni Kenshin and Sakamoto Days, if I have to be honest, starts off pretty spicy, so it's not really bad. But like in terms of like story, maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Like if you want like a story that hooks you right away, it might not do that. I feel like it kind of depends per person, because realistically, it really does enough to gauge your interest. Episode 1, both animes, Rurouni Kenshin and Sakamoto Days. But I do know I'm living in a kind of like a Gen Z era. So some people need that dopamine hit really fast, like maybe like the first 5 minutes. And not every anime is like that. Not every anime is going to hook you, but I will argue Rurouni Kenshin was the same thing, right? Like the dopamine hit's not like instant, but they do enough to build up the story in episode 1 where it's like, oh, who's this person? See somebody getting injured, see somebody getting like hurt. Kenshin comes, smack, 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 saves them. Oh, did he kill him? No. Reverse blade sword. Ill. Like just like that. And Sakamoto Days, kind of like that, but he does it in a smooth way. And of course, because he's so big, you don't think he's that fast. But yes, big people can be fast too. I need to say that. Yeah. Like, I know some people see big, especially in anime, like, oh no, there's no way he moves that fast unless he has a special ability. No, Sakamoto can move that fast because he's just physically athletic. Like he's, you know, all because he's big doesn't mean that he's not like speedy. All right. And the story kind of revolves around there, where it's like, for both shows, this OP character that's reformed, and he kind of trying to live a modest life, but you know, these no good hooligans keep trying to drag them back in. These naysayers and the people who cause mischief, they keep dragging him back in. And people know his past. The people who know his past, he keep trying to drag them back in. They're trying not to. They want to change their life, but they keep dragging them back in. So if you like that redemption story of somebody who's trying to change their life, they're nice with it, not trying to be nice with it, but all these like haters keep trying to drag them back in, but they do a good job at building up the other characters around them, then you're gonna love Rurouni Kenshin. You're gonna love Sakamoto Days. A lot of similarities between them, right? I mean, but that's just the video. I didn't go into too much in depth because I didn't want to spoil it for people who've never seen Rurouni Kenshin, but definitely watch. I stand by it. Sakamoto Days is the Rurouni Kenshin of this generation. Will it ever get the accolades like a solo leveling, like a friend? Probably not in terms of anime, just like Rurouni Kenshin didn't get its flowers. Like, these animes eventually get their flowers, but not to those extent, alright? Rurouni Kenshin was a damn good anime, but it got outshined by things like, again, a Fullmetal Alchemist, a Cowboy Bebop, which were all equally good in their right, but I feel like Rurouni Kenshin should have gotten more recognition. That's probably going to be Sakamoto Days. There's a friend, there's a solo leveling, but Sakamoto Days deserves a lot of like praise. It's a really, really good show. But I mean, please tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and it's your man MAS. I'm out.